At the start of the 21st century, there was going to be one more heroic attempt to spread the idea of negative liberty around the world. And one of the central figures in this utopian mission was going to be the British Prime Minister, Tony Blair.
Right, good morning everyone. Michael's going to talk to you about...
When New Labour came to power, they had tried to apply the simplified economic model of human beings to all areas of society. And the Prime Minister's press conferences became an endless procession of graphs and tables proving that the government was meeting its performance targets. This was the politics of negative liberty, trying to give people simply what they want.
I launched the Tony Blair Faith Foundation to promote respect, friendship and understanding between the major religious faiths, and also to make the case for faith itself as relevant and a force for good in the world. Personally, I've always believed that faith is an essential part of the modern world. As globalization pushes us ever closer, it is vital it's not used as a force for conflict and division.
Our government relies on a simplistic economic model of human beings that allows inequality to grow and offers nothing positive in the face of the reactionary forces they have helped to awaken.
Faith is not something either old-fashioned or to be used for extremism. Rather, faith is something that has much to give and to teach a world in which economic globalization and political change is, of course, offering many opportunities.
The country would then be thrown open to international corporations who, in return for investing, could take 100% of their profits out of the country untaxed.
But also presenting many challenges. So it's my hope that the work of the Foundation contributes positively to the way in which we face these challenges.
Tortured. And when they couldn't work anymore, they were exterminated in gas chambers. Their remains were disposed of in ovens. In all, the Nazis exterminated over 10 million men, women, and children in these concentration camps. What you just saw took place in Germany between 1934 and 1945. The situation grew out of the aftermath of World War I. Germany has been defeated. Leadership was at a low ebb. Inflation was high. And thousands were homeless, hungry, jobless.
Now, we do not want to supplant or undermine those who are engaged in the essential organizing structures of religious faith. Neither do we want to interfere with religious doctrines appropriate to each faith. Rather, what we want to do is to allow people to respect and value the other person's beliefs, to understand what those beliefs really are, and to let those people of different faiths see the values that they so often share.
No, as a matter of fact, less than 10% of the German population belonged to the Nazi Party.
Then how come nobody tried to stop them?
They said they didn't know what was happening.
Eric, how could you kill 10 million people without somebody noticing?
Yeah.
And we want to do this in a deeply practical way.
How could the Germans sit back while the Nazis slaughtered people all around them and say that they didn't know anything about it?
During my time as Prime Minister, I helped to advocate the Millennium Development Goals because I believe that they represent the world's values for the future. And one of the main aims of my foundation is to work with faith groups to help them to increase the impact of the work they are already doing in this area. Education is vital to the success of all of these efforts, and it represents the other central aim of the Foundation.
Well, today I'm going to talk to you about discipline. Oh, wait, now hear me out. Now, this can be exciting. Oh, sure.
So both at school and university level, my foundation provides education programs to ensure that the next generation understand the role that faith can and should play in the modern world.
Now, I'm talking to you about power. Power through discipline. Success? Success through discipline.
You can find out more about the Foundation's work on this website, but we'd also like to hear from you.
Robert, show Brad the proper procedure for asking a question.
Mr. Ross.
That's correct. Thank you, Robert. Again, Brad?
Mr. Ross, wasn't that the Prime Minister?
No, too slow. Much too slow. From now on, your answers are to be as short as possible. Now sit down and try it again.
Mr. Ross,
This, in my view, is an urgent and important task, and we need to build and expand the movement.
Building a barn with your neighbors. It's feeling that you're a part of something that's more important than yourself. A movement, a team, a cause. And like discipline, to fully understand community, you have to experience it and participate in it. Now, everyone, repeat our two mottos. Straight through discipline, straight through community. Now, we need a symbol for our new community. Something for members of this class only. A wave is a pattern of change. It has movement, direction, and impact.
So please join us. Thank you.
And from now on, we will be known as the wave. And this will be our salute. Robert, what is our motto?
Mr. Ross, strength through discipline, strength through community.
Very good, Robert. There's your leader.
Wird mehr gefordert als von den Millionen der übrigen Volksgenossen. Für sie genügt nicht die bloße Ablegung des Bekenntnisses, ich glaube, sondern der Spur, ich kämpfe.
Now listen carefully.
Time and say, if the Nuremberg laws applied, Tony Blair would be hung. They'd lose their mind. This is rhetoric, offensive, sloganeering, nonsense, empirically true fact, by the way. What they were hung for at Nuremberg was, quote, planning and waging an aggressive war, full stop. No human being was tried for genocide on planet Earth until 1996 when the post-Habyarimana Hutu power were put on the stand in Kigali. What they were hung for at Nuremberg was planning and waging an aggressive war. Yes, but still offensive sloganeering, just nonsense. Of course we know in all seriousness. Of course Blair can't actually be a war criminal, can he? Of course Tony Blair can't be a war criminal. I mean, he listens to Oasis. And he can't be a war criminal because we know what war criminals look like. And they look like Goebbels. But what did Goebbels look like to the Germans? Well, you know, we're a modernising party. We've broken the mould of German politics. And sometimes it's better to be on the losing side for the right reasons than to be on the winning side for the wrong reasons. I know, of course, that the war has caused deep divisions in the country. But I also know we are faced with a real problem of global terrorism, which is not simply going to go away, much as we may wish it. And the only way we can deal with this problem is to kill and maim in Iraq in a war that Kofi Annan describes as illegal, because I'll tell you this, you know, if there is any other way at all of uniting the forces of secular Arab nationalism with those of militant Islam, then, you know, I'd like to hear it.
You traded your freedom for the luxury of feeling superior. You accepted the group's will over your own convictions, no matter who you hurt. Oh, you thought you were just going along for the ride, that you could walk away at any moment. But where were you heading? How far would you have gone? Take a look at your future. Nazi, you would have put on the uniform, turned your head, and allowed your friends and neighbors to be persecuted and destroyed. Fascism isn't something those other people did. It's right here in all of us. You ask, how could the German people do nothing as millions of innocent human beings were murdered